You don't want to do it for money. If you're doing it for money, I don't know how long you will last. There will be no business if I don't invest in a relationship. You want to be focused on the people, their moments, their happiness. You want to be part of their birthdays and celebrations. It's not only about food, it's about the atmosphere, the ambience, the music. Spend enough time with the people who know the industry, learn from them, and be passionate about it.
Today we're with Ajay Kumar, who is the head chef, founder, owner, managing director, restaurateur of Swadish, who trained in India. Whereabouts in India was it?
I'm from North. I worked in different places in different times, but my main career has been in Delhi and Bombay.
And you trained to be a chef?
Yes, I was trained to be a chef. I actually also moved. I was at different types of different businesses. I started out as a teacher, and then I went into computing, and I completed my degree in computers. But then I ended up in a culinary college, which has been quite a journey, because one of my teachers, she ran a cooking school, and she used to invite me for tasting the dishes.
This is all in India?
This was all in India, yeah.
And so how on earth did you end up here in Scotland, in Glasgow?
I was a teacher, and one day I got invited in India in a cooking school just to sample a few dishes cooked by students of one of the cooking school. And I was a foodie, I was a born foodie, and we would travel miles just to taste a dish in a new restaurant or a new hotel. So I was always fascinated, and I started to kind of asking questions about dishes, and she invited me to learn. And when I went to see how they cook and learn about a dish, I kind of felt like I want to go back again and again. And then I spent 2 years in her college as a student. So, and then a few of friends, they were working in the hotels, and they invited me to, go work there part-time, and start working part-time in restaurants, and then...
As a chef?
As a chef.
As a
trainee chef.
Yeah.
It's very competitive in India. The hotel industry is very competitive. Chef means a big deal. So I started as a trainee chef. So, and slowly I started moving up in my career, up in my industry, and then I got a job offered in hotels. So this is how I started into industry. And then I got an opportunity overseas. I was in Singapore, I was in Malaysia, I worked in Dubai as a chef, and then one day I got an opportunity to come to Scotland, and I came to Scotland in 2009 as a chef.
And how did you? There'll be a lot of people watching this who may be just followed very similar career paths as you, where they trained to be a chef or they're working in a restaurant. How did you go from being a chef to being a restaurateur?
First of all, you have to see your skills. Do you have skill to run a business? It's two different things. Being a chef and being a businessman or a restaurateur, it takes a lot of courage. You must have skills to be a businessman in this industry.
Are those skills? Where did you get those skills?
Well, you have to spend a good amount of time with the people who have been through this journey. I spent about 11 years before I had my first restaurant in the industry. I worked with Indian chefs, top-class Indian chefs. I worked with Italian chefs. I worked with Spanish chefs, a lot of European chefs. And I learned tricks of trade, and obviously capital is another issue. If you have connections, if you can manage, if you have savings, you can be in a business. But in the end, you want to see your skill sets, you want to see your education, your background, years of experience in industry. You want to understand the cultures where you want to set up a business. So yes, anyone can set up a business, but whether the business will survive or not, that entirely depends on your skills and business.
So what do you think are the most important skills for a budding restaurateur? What do you think are the most important skills for them to focus on developing?
Chef is one thing. If I'm a chef, it doesn't give me a guarantee that I can be also a successful businessman in this industry. I think the most important skill, in my opinion, to be a restaurateur is to be able to lead, to be able to find people, to develop them, to give them a skills needed to get up and running and then survive and get better and get developed. I think these are the main few skills that one should have who wants to go in this highly competitive, high-risk industry.
And so, I mean, most people have seen Gordon Ramsay's kitchen nightmares as he travels across the world looking at all these really bad restaurants. What advice have you got to budding restaurateurs to avoid becoming Gordon Ramsay's nightmare?
Well, you have to know your stuff. You have to know the ingredients. You have to have enough experience. You need to know the troubleshooting. The product is the hero. You have to keep a hero. You don't want to take shortcuts. The Gordon Ramsay is after people who take shortcuts. He finds an issue with wrong way of doing things and the quality of ingredients and, for example, freezing stuff. Freezing fish is totally wrong, in my opinion. So the most important thing, in my opinion, is to use local, sustainable, fresh produce and treat it with respect. If you treat it with respect, you cook it with respect, Gordon Ramsay or anybody else, I think you have a better chances to be fine.
Did you write a business plan? Like, did you sit down and say, whilst you were working in a restaurant and working with all these chefs, did you sit down and say, right, I'm going to set up a restaurant and this is what it's going to be and this is what I'm going to serve, or was it an organic process, or how did you actually how did you turn it from idea on back of a napkin to actual thing?
It's a combination of both. You cannot have a business without a business plan, in my opinion. And if you have, I don't know how long they will survive. Those businesses, you must have a knowledge of where you are, the people, the culture, the demographics, and these days the psychographics. People have different way of thinking. Without a business plan, I think it's a bigger risk to set up a business. So I spent hours and hours. I still do it because once you have a business, it doesn't mean that it'll survive. We have seen in COVID, and on this street, I know 4 restaurants have shut down, and they all must have plans. But today, it's really important to have a business plan. You want to be associated with the people who have been through the journey, and difficult journey especially. Like COVID-1, we were shut down for 18 months and we were a new business. We only operated about 8 months before the lockdown hit us. But we managed to come back and we have come back really strong. I'm so lucky, I'm so glad that the people of Glasgow have really supported us. They were praying for us to come back. I get an email, a guy saying, we really want you to come back and we believe in God and we are praying for you and we have faith that you will be back, and today we are back. So it's amazing to see this kind of support.
That's quite an achievement for any business to have that level of loyalty. What do you think it is that created that passion within your customer base?
I think we have a great team who want to serve. We don't believe that the restaurant business is, no, you give me your money, I give you my food. It's about connection. It's about making moments of people being a part of their celebration, genuinely being interested in their moments. And we spend a lot of time talking to them. I, as a chef myself, like to come out of kitchen at the end of a night, if I can, and talk to customers, take a feedback. I do free classes. I have set up a YouTube channel for anyone to learn the tricks of trade. They are authentic recipes. They are not modified in any way.
These are Indian cooking techniques, or
yes,
or any
yes.
cooking techniques?
Well, it's Indian, mainly Indian, because a lot of customers who come here, they want to know my recipes, and I give all the secrets.
You share these freely?
Freely, yes. Why not? I think the education, the more you share, the better you get. I mean, I like to teach. I'm very passionate about people. I want them to know what they're eating and how it's cooked and how they can cook in their house, how they can please their families, how they can enjoy.
What's the name of the YouTube channel?
It's called The Authentic British Indian, and they can search Swadish or Ajay Kumar, and I'm getting a lot of views these days. So.
And how do you balance? Because obviously you have a restaurant to run, you have a kitchen to cook food in, you have new dishes, you've got marketing, you've got all this stuff to do, and you're also doing the YouTube channel. How do you decide where to invest your time?
Well, business is all about relationships, as I said. Today, if there will be no business if I don't invest in relationships, and this is my way of connecting with my customers. This is the way of connecting with the people who are passionate about what I'm passionate about. So it's natural for me to find time and manage my time well to teach them. It's really, really hard, but I'm a people person. People drive me.
And I'm assuming a hard-working wife.
Yes. Well, she's the backbone. My wife has been with me through thick and thin, and without her, the Swadish wouldn't exist. That is true. No matter what I do, Swadish is, because she has been, backbone. She has been with me. She works on the weekends. She works on the weekdays as an admin during the day, and she works on the weekends with me. And she's on the floor looking after my customers. So yes, we are a very strong team. Me and my wife, we together are in it.
That's an amazing story. And if you could give us one piece of advice to share with any budding restaurateur who is who's thinking about making the jump into owning their own place, but maybe something stopping them, what advice do you have for them based on all of your experience and your success to date?
Spend enough time with the people who know the industry, learn from them, and get experience. Be passionate about it. You don't want to do it for money. If you're doing it for money, I don't know how long you will last. You want to be focused on the people, their moments, their happiness. You want to be part of their birthdays and celebrations. And if you want to be a people person, you want to be genuinely interested in their life. If someone walks through the door, no matter supplier or a customer, I want to know if they had a great time working with us, dining with us. If they had a great evening, if they've enjoyed the cocktails. It's not only about food, it's about the atmosphere, the ambience, the music, the drinks and the food. So my advice is be genuinely interested in people and then get into business.
Ajay, thank you very much indeed for your time today, and congratulations with all your success. I can't cook at all, so I will definitely be going to the YouTube channel and looking at what I'm missing, but I'm looking forward to enjoy some of your food, and wish you all the very best for the future.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me.